Hello buddies and welcome back to this masterclass for the beginners. It's your guy once again, the Wolf with CSS. Whoa, welcome back. So guys, in the previous lesson we talked about what was it? Do I even remember that? And, we did introduction and a little bit of syntax. But of today guys, we're going to talk about selectors in CSS. So remember CSS is just like is defines how the HTML is supposed to look like. For example, if you want to put some flavor in HTML elements, then we can use CSS to style them. So welcome once again, is your guy the Wolf. Okay, so guys, CSS selectors is our topic today. So CSS selectors select HTML element you want to style. So CSS selectors are used to find or select the HTML elements you want to style. We can divide CSS selectors into 5 categories. So the simple selector, that is the first category. This actually select elements based on the name, ID, and the class. And also we have the combinator selector, which selects elements based on the specific relationship between them. And also we have the pseudo class selectors. This selects elements based on the certain state. We have also the pseudo element selectors, and this select style. This select and style a part of an element. And also we have the lastly attribute selector, which select element based on the attribute of attribute value. So let's start off by CSS element selector. So the element selector select HTML elements based on the element name. So here we are going to do an example and just style it. So here all P elements on this example that I want to do will be center aligned. Actually, it's this one word with a red text color. So I just want to remove all this. Move this and then move this predefined element here, tag, and I'll remove this too. It's not our friend. So I just want to create a p tag here, p, and select everything inside this. And in this I just want, actually this is a style, so I should have put them in a style. So to do this I just want to put some styles on the head here, and for now just click this and remember to put now the style here. So this is inline style, where we include the styles within the page. You can create an external page for styles, but we can include in the head within the HTML element. So I'm just going to get this tag here, which is style. It is just right here, and I can remove this because it's not necessary. And now since I'm in the style, I can have this p tag here, copy this and just place. Actually I should have just cut it bro, cut it there, just put them here. So in here I just want to put some, and how do I align this code in HTML? Let me just check the way to align this. Actually no need, because once I run it I think they can align themselves. So I can just put in text align and I say center, just the way I say it. And also I want the color of that p tag to be color. Notice the difference between this kind of color and the color with actually that's what it is what it is. So color, color, I just want a red color there. So what am I doing over here? What am I? Okay, let me just create now a paragraph in my body here, and let me just actually define what I'm doing right here. P, hit that P, and you can say every will be affected by the style. And then now let me just create a paragraph with an ID. So there P, and I hit that button of the ouvre, and then create an ID. No, we should not put an ID here. An ID should be here, over here. Just ID, just there, and hit it, and now call it para 1. In this paragraph 1, I can say me too, just like that. This is an exclamation mark there, and I can now copy this again. Copy this, because now I'm saying all the P tag will be affected, and I can say down here, and me, just like that. Now this one should not have an ID, just like that. So guys, what do you think if I run this? Because now I have my style above here, and I say text align, and I did some stuff here. So let me just save this, and I load this page over here. There you go. So you see everything is just centered, and all the P tags were affected with the style, this one over here, because I took P, and the P, I only called all the P's in here. But let's continue. So the CSS ID selector. Let's talk about the CSS ID selector. So the ID selector uses the ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element. You see, so the ID of an element is unique within a page. So the ID selector is used to select one unique element. So to select an element with a specific ID, we write hashtag character, and then followed by the ID of the element. Without much, do you know, we love talking, so let me just do it. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Okay, I'm breathing in and out. First of all, I just want to change a little thing here. Actually, I should, what should I do? I should have my content first of all. And in this P, I just want to say, and let me just delete this. And what would I say here? First of all, let me just give an ID to this P tag. And ID, I just want to give it. Let me give it demo, right? And then I can say, hello, Mr. Wolf. Hello, Mr. Wolf. Just like that. And then the next paragraph, I don't want you have the ID, but I can give you a content, so I can say this is this. Okay, I can say this paragraph is not affected by the style, just like that. And then yeah, that is all. So I don't need, even this cannot be affected, but since actually, let me just give this an ID too, but a different ID. Yeah, and I can call it para 1, just like that. So this one and this one is not going to be affected, but the hello Mr. Wolf is going to be affected. So let me give an attribute to this ID demo. So this ID demo, so I've said that when you call by an ID, you must use a hashtag, and then the name of the ID, which was demo, right? It's demo right here, you can see. So the first thing, text align, center, color red. So let's save this and see whether we can affect all the P tags. Of course not, but let's see. There we go. So we affected only the one which had the ID, and the rest were just like the way they were born. So that's all about this example where we use an ID selector. One thing that you need to notice is that an ID name cannot start with a number. So if you put a number there, you're going to fail terribly. So let's talk about the CSS class selector. So the class selector selects HTML elements with a specific class attribute. The selector element with a specific class write a period, which is a dot over there, character, and then followed by the class name. Now we're going to omit the hashtag and put a dot over there. So let's do it. Let's do it, bro. Yeah, why not? So again, let's do it. So I just wanna put some HTML tag here again once again. I mean the p tag. So let me just remove all this and start a clean and create h1 now. I just wanna use h1. So in my h1, I wanna give this h1 a class. And the class is, let's call it center. This is a class name, and then I can give the content. I can say red and the center align, center aligned heading, because it's what we want to do. And let me have a p tag now. A p tag, and I can give it a class, and the class should be center. That's an ID, and I can say red and center line aligned paragraph, just like that. Wow, too much for you today. So I'm going to change this again on the head over here. I just want to change this now this by ID. Now let me do it by class. And that class I just say dot sender, because this is the name I gave. This was the class name. So copy that and you can paste it here. Remember that dot over there is very important. If you use an hashtag, it's not going to work. So let me run it, and we have our stuff here. So you see the red and center aligned heading and the red and center aligned paragraph. So we aligned by selecting with a class. So you can also specify that only specific HTML elements should be affected by a class. So in this example here, we're going to just change let's say the class center will be red and the center aligned over here. So we can pick only one and say we want to affect only the p tag. To do this is so simple. We just pick the p, and you see this dot send, you just put a p here, just like that, and we are done. We are only going to affect the class, this one here. We want to affect the paragraph. So again, you should always remember to save before you load. So you see here, we affected only the red and the paragraph. We affected only the paragraph there. So HTML element can also refer to more than one class. So to do that, let's do it anyway. So I have let me just remove all this, and okay, let me just have a couple of them here and see how we're going to do this anyway. It's like I'm having so much because today I can speak like I haven't eaten a while. Oh, what was I saying anyway? So I just want to create in this body, I just want to create an h tag again, h tag, which is h1, and I just want to give a class name, which will be class, and the class name should be center, just like that. And then I can say this heading, this heading will not be affected. And let me have a paragraph. And I can give also a class, and the class should be maybe center again, and I can say this paragraph will be red and the center line. So this paragraph will be red and center aligned. Yeah, simple as that. Another thing, what else? Let me create a paragraph again. P tag here, and now I just want to again give it a class, and the class will be center large, just like that. Yeah, just like that. And then I can say something here. I say this paragraph will be center aligned, and lastly, and in a large font size. So I'm done with the body. Let me now go to the style. So in our style here, I have the p center, which is there, which is the class, and the specific p, which is now going to affect the h1. So text align, center, color red. So let's pick another p tag here. So it's p dot large. Actually, I'm selecting this one here. This. So p dot large. P dot large, and I can say font size. I can have 300%. So you see, again, even though we have the p here, this one has the class of center, but this one has a class of center and large. So you can pick one of these and change. But since they share, in fact, the first one can affect everything, but since I did pick specific with the large, let's see whether it's going to work. So let's save this one. So you can see the last one, this paragraph will be red, center aligned, and in a large font size, but this paragraph will be red and center aligned. So you can see we can use this as that. You can see the effect. So what need to notice that a class name cannot start with a number. We have always said that. So let's talk about the CSS universal selector. So the universal selector, which is an asterisk, this actually select all the HTML element on the page. So this one will affect, this example that I want to do is to affect all HTML elements on the page. So it's as simple as that. So this is a universal one. It's so easy to do this. You just change a few things above here in the style. So where's my style? My style is in here, and I just wanna remove like all this, and oh, Control Z, something terrible, and move all these in here, just like that. And then because now this one is going to affect all the element tags, I just put aesthetic here, aesthetic, just like that, and then I close it in here, and then from here I can say text align center first of all, and then I can give a color. Let me give blue color. Remember, this is going to affect everything blue because it's a universal. So save this, and let's see. Let's find out whether it's going to help us. So you can see everything is being affected by using the universal selector. So again, let's talk about the CSS grouping selector. So the grouping selector select all the actually the grouping selector select all the HTML element with the same style definitions. So look at the following CS that I'm going to do down here, just right here, and see what we have here. So I have I'm just going to minimize this, and now I just wanna wait a minute. So if we have the same style definitions, let me just first of all again delete this. So I just want to have come back here. Okay, Control Z, just have them there. Just go in the style here, and where is the style? I did delete something here. Okay, it's okay. So I just want to change this universal to H1, and then I can say text align center color red, and then I come down, and then I have H2 again. Just copy this, and I have H2, and I can again say text align center color red, no problem. And then I should have now the P here, again hit there, paste, and now change this to P tag, Control Z, delete this and put P there. So this is a grouped selector, and let me see if I have all these down. H2, let me just change this to, I can copy this and have that, and have H2, and now this is H2. H2. So let me just run this and see whether there is a group selector here. Yeah, just now save this, and load over here, and there we go. This is a group selector. And now it will be better to group the selectors to minimize the code, instead of just doing this. So to group selector, separate each selector with a comma. It's simple as this. Instead of doing all these coded redundancy where you copy almost the same thing that I've got the same attributes here and the properties, you can just group them. Instead of that, you just put a comma there and have your H2 there, and also comma, and again have your P tag there. So you can delete this because it's a coded redundancy. And then now if you run this again, just like this, you will have the same attributes. See now we will have here. Look what we have. It's the same thing. So we have avoided the coded redundancy. So thank you so much, guys, for today's class, and we have come to an end of the lesson. And thank you so much. And if this is useful, if you found this is useful to you, please kindly just subscribe, hit that button there, invite your friend, so that's the only way, guys, you encourage me to make such a kind of videos. Thank you and goodbye. Once again, is the guy, the only and only, the wolf.